What's up? Not much. Yeah. How you guys doing? Doing all right. How's life in Nintendo land? Oh, man. I don't even know how to share this link. Oh, that's how you share it. Oh. Oh, man. I've been out of the loop lately. I don't even know the fake Nintendo Switch rumors, the recent ones. Yeah, I saw that. A lot of people think it's Star Fox, right? I don't know about that. Actually, I should look into that. But I don't know if it's Star Fox. It's probably not. You're saying Star Fox or maybe Kid Icarus? I don't know. Usually, whatever we think it is, that's not what it ends up being. So, nah, it ain't Metroid. Well, I mean, I guess it could possibly be 3DS, maybe a 3DS Metroid coming to the Switch, a remaster, but they're not handling like Metroid Prime or anything like that. Like not even the remasters. So I doubt that's not them. This is something they're still hiring for. And Metroid Prime remake should pretty much be done by now. I should do a Nintendo Switch giveaway. Okay. Maybe if I start making more videos. I rarely even make videos to be giving stuff away. "2013. Good Lord. Well, thanks for following me that long. No, this isn't the first time I live stream, but I rarely do. think I've done it a few times when I was playing. I did one. Mortal Kombat X came out. Tekken 7. I think Injustice 2. And I've streamed some Nintendo Directs before, but yeah, I usually don't go live. Not usually. Maybe I'll start doing it. Pyro 2000X. Goodness gracious. Yeah, not really. I've never really done live chat, not too much. Maybe once. Once, twice. Dang, you've been here since the Wii saved the video game industry video? That's a long time ago. That was like, yeah, that was like 2013, 2014. It's a long time. It's actually kind of embarrassing. I should have more subscribers. But that's my fault. I don't make that many videos, so I dug my own grave there. Premium doc trade content. Yeah, you know, it's crazy. Like every time I try to start he said, whatever happened to those two white boy Nintendo fans who would sit on the bed and make videos together? What is that? You talking about Nintendo and Wii Lover? They broke up or they split up a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, they had a falling out. Yeah, they had a falling out, and then they started making their own videos, like individually, and then they kind of stopped. I think. I don't know. Actually, they might still make videos. I don't know. I haven't watched them in a long time. We love her. Oh man. Wii Lover still makes videos? Is his name still Wii Lover? Well, if it's dead, you can leave. I really don't care. I'm just seeing what you guys are up to. Bored. Goodness gracious. All right, so what do you guys want to see out of a Switch 2? Realistically. Nintendo the Trap. Oh my gosh, you guys are going way back. You said Switch 1 is good enough. Yeah, there's going to be a Switch 2. 4G or 5G capabilities. Nah, the Wii U didn't have the potential to be the best home console of all time. There was too many limitations with the technology. The Switch is pretty much what the Wii U wanted to be. In fact, even they originally designed the Wii U to be like the Switch, where you could take it anywhere, but the tech was just too expensive at the time. Switch 1.5. Why do we need a Switch 1.5? Yep. Yeah, if you go back and watch, what's up, Game Trailers? If you go back and watch some of the older, read some of the old Iwata asks, they talk about the original design for the Wii U. It was they were gonna make it so you could take it anywhere, but it's too expensive. Shoot, even the regular Wii U was too expensive for them. That's why they lost so much money on it at first. Yep. PC version better. Yeah, right. Oh man. No, I love the Wii U. I love the Wii U, and I used to get a lot of hate for that. And then all those same people went out and rebought the same games on the Switch. So have that tea. Nah, Wii U got way more hate than the GameCube. Nah, they're not gonna release a new Switch every couple years. They won't do that. Switch 2 should keep the 720p and go for higher resolutions dock so that they can clock it even lower and go for a huge battery life. What? Keep the 720p like you talking about in handheld mode? Or are you talking about in docked mode? Like that should be because that's not gonna happen with dock mode. They're probably, I mean, isn't even the Steam Deck is even 720p? They're probably not gonna go. I mean, they don't need to. They're not gonna probably go with a screen that's better than 720p. I mean, they might, but they don't necessarily need to. If Nintendo uses a cut down Orin chip in the next Switch, what's possible with it? Is the Apple M chip more powerful than Orin? Actually, I haven't really looked into the Apple M1 chip, but I doubt it's more powerful than Orin. But it might be more powerful than Nintendo's version of Orin because they're more than likely gonna they're not gonna have this at full range in the Switch. It's too small. But I don't know. It's gonna be like they do with all their systems, where it might have more memory than a standard Tegra Orin chip or whatever, or at least the same. But as far as the clock speeds, I wouldn't expect it to be nearly clocked as fast. Like battery life is very important to Nintendo. $720p handheld, 1440p dock, so chip needs less of the dock clocked on mobile. 1440p docked. If it's using the Orin chip, depending on how much they're gonna downscale it, should be able to do 4K native on a lot of games. By the time a Switch Pro releases, 1080p will be the standard for an affordable hybrid. Not really. Steam Deck says otherwise. When the screen size is that small, you don't necessarily you don't need it. Trust me. By the time they go with a 1080p screen, it would just be because it was just so cheap for them to do so. They're not gonna be like, oh, we gotta increase the 720p. They're not. They'll only do it if that's if they get a better deal on 1080p screens versus 720, then they will. But if they don't, they won't. Sony has the most loyal fanboys. Doesn't matter what they do, in my opinion. I think that's true because they even support when they didn't have any games on the PlayStation 4. We don't need games. We're selling. The system's selling. Who needs games? It's like you do. .1080p screen can wait until Switch 3. That's a long time from now. Would take a 720p OLED with good HDR over 1080p LCD. Pretty sure that the next Switch will have HDR. I hope it does. Because I just imagine like Nintendo games would look so crazy with HDR. Nintendo been had huge laps in games. Yeah, but not really with the Switch. Especially compared to Sony. Sony, like with the PlayStation 4, oh my gosh. They had like one first-party game a year for a while. Like, it was crazy. They were good, but... Okay, so would the cut-down Orin be in the Xbox Series S range, or would it be slightly better? I'm asking because these ARMS chips are shocking me. I think even a cut-down Orin will still perform better than the Series S. That's what I'm thinking. Because, I mean, it's a lot more modern. And I don't think that the next Switch is going to be as texture bandwidth restricted as the Series S is. Could be wrong about that, but I don't think so. I think a orange Switch will perform better than the Series S, noticeably better. Series S actually isn't that powerful. It's just it's more modern than the Xbox One X, but on paper, it's actually less powerful. So, I expect the an Orin-based Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2 to perform pretty close to a PlayStation 4 Pro, and maybe even better in some areas. But it depends on how much Nintendo is going to cut it back. What could Switch 2 do to make games from Series X, PlayStation 5 more portable? They have fast RAM and also the fast SSDs. To make it more portable? What do you mean? Now the memory. See, that's one issue that's going to be with the next Switch, because it's more likely it's not going to use an SSD. So that loading may be an issue, but it's still going to use cards. So do I think Nintendo's going to embrace cloud streaming of their own games in the coming generation? They kind of already are. Like the Nintendo Switch Online is streaming pretty much. But cloud streaming of their first party titles, probably not. Still won't be able to run The Last of Us Remastered at 60 frames. Well, you know why I won't be able to run it? It's because that's a Sony game. Let's see. Do I think the next Switch will be more of a revision than the next gen console? Um, well, I mean, if it's Orin based, that is the next gen console, whether they call it that or not. That's a massive leap. Have I played Chocobo GP? No, I have not. And I don't really have interest in playing it. Let's kidding. Um, do I think Western developers will support the Switch 2 like port Madden? Yeah. Honestly, I think they'll port Madden to the regular Switch, but we'll see. Do I ever think there will be another pocket-sized Nintendo handheld? Like a main handheld? No. Mm-mm. Maybe some collector's thing, like a Game Boy and Watch type thing, or other than that, no. There's no need for them to do that. He said, I'm playing WWE 2K18 on the Switch. Loading is embarrassing. Well, because that port was terrible. Like, you can't use that as the measuring stick for Nintendo Switch games. It's like one of the worst ports on the system. Says, hey, Doc, just wanted to stop by and show some love. Keep up the great work and funny videos. Love your channel. Thank you. Do I still watch Black Bond? When did I ever? I only watched Black Bond when you made a video about me. I need to watch that garbage. Would really love to play Breath of the Wild 2 in 4K. I tested the Wii U version, Breath of the Wild, in the emulator in 4K, good anti-aliasing, and it looks very good. Would not need much improvements. Yeah, that's the thing. These Nintendo games, 4K, they will look really good, like even without them doing anything. I can't imagine what Nintendo is going to be able to pull off with a system more powerful than like a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 Pro. Like, that's crazy. When do I think the new Switch would be announced? Probably between this summer and next January, if I had to guess. But how long do I think support for the current Switch will be when the next Switch comes out? It depends when the next system comes out. But I think Nintendo wants to support the regular Switch with games for 10 years. Do you think Nintendo has been milking Mario too much this generation? No, I don't. No. Do you think we will have a new Super Smash Brothers on the next Nintendo system? Yeah, but it's probably not going to be anything like what we had before. Or maybe they'll take a break from Smash. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't really go live too much, but just wanted to try it out. I've been good. Ideal top 3 launch titles on a new Switch. Ooh. That depends. Well, first of all, if it launches when I think it's going to launch, Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be a launch title. I would like, if they're gonna go that route, I would like some kind of original IP to launch, which they probably will. There's always some original IP that launches with the new Nintendo system. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I mean, not bad. They're never really bad, but sometimes they're really good, and sometimes they're. So I see probably Breath of the Wild 2, some original like new IP that takes advantage of whatever potential new gimmick and Switch 2 will have, if it has one. And then, shoot, by this time, it's probably Metroid Prime 4. Yeah, you're right. Metroid Prime 4 probably will be a launch title. No, they won't make it. They won't make Prime 4 exclusive to the next Switch. I don't think they'll do that. Actually, to tell you the truth, I don't think Nintendo. They might not have any of their first party games exclusive to the new Switch for a while. Dot Trey, Crumbside Legend. Oh snap. Oh man. Yeah, it'll definitely be on the next Switch. But are you guys ready? Like, how many of you guys bought the Switch OLED? Are you gonna be pissed if a new Switch comes out next year? I have the same amazing TV that I told you about last time, Heartache. Didn't change. Still got that Sony X900H. Oh, I think there'll be exclusives, but I don't think there probably won't be any first party ones. Not the big ones. Do I think third parties will release exclusive games for the new Switch? Yeah, I do. Because like I said, if it's a Orin based Switch, it's pretty much it's a new system. Like it's a new system. It's not like this. They can call it a revision all they want, but an Orin Switch is pretty much what you would expect a Switch 2 to be. So if you get upset about them being exclusive third party games on there, I mean you're crying for nothing. This isn't uh like a Switch Pro situation coming out a year or two after the Switch and then it's exclusive. It's not. This is pretty much the next gen system. This man said the Hisense is better than. Go sit down. No, the Hisense is not better than the Sony X900H. Sit yourself down, sir. Thank you. Call of Duty 4 remake for Switch 2 only. Not really. That could run on the regular Switch. It just wouldn't run as good. Oh gosh. Here we go to the wannabe trolls. At least get your story straight. It was Zaire that made that up, not Bond. No new Switch till 2024. Yeah, you're tripping. Oh shoot. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta get my phone. Right back. How powerful would I like the next Switch to be? Wishful thinking. I would like the next Switch to be on par with like a PlayStation 4 Pro, but more modern. And I think that could be what I'm getting. But that would be amazing. A new Switch, power-wise, on par with the Switch, or with the PlayStation 4 Pro, more modern, with 4K HDR. I'd love that. That'd be good enough for me. That's more than I could ask for. Have I been flagged lately by you know who? No. Oh, you know, I actually did get flagged by some girl because like she said I used a picture of Mario that she made in a video and I didn't give her credit for it. And it's like literally like some picture that a gazillion people have used. Like, it's stupid. Next, Nintendo Switch should have been on par with Steam Deck. It might be better than Steam Deck. How many gigs of RAM do you think they're going to toss in the Nintendo Switch 2? I have to look into. I think probably whatever the default. Sorry, my phone's going off. Whatever the default is, but maybe a little less. I think that chip comes with up to 16 gigs, so it'll probably have 12 or something. Who knows? It's going to have a lot more than Switch, that's for sure. No, he has a screenshot of when my original account on IGN got hacked, and someone made some posts on some in the vestibule. Everybody knows that I already talked about that. That's why I had to make another account. That's why I went from Dr. Trey 8119 to the legend of Dr. Trey. Like, everybody knows that, but yeah, keep going. Said, do you think Nintendo will invest more in their hardware this time? Tegra X1 was not that big of an investment in 2017. Yeah, they're definitely making a bigger investment. And like I found out earlier, and I posted a video on, the Tegra X1 was always aimed at Nintendo. They approached Nintendo with the Tegra X1 before they even finished it. So there was a lot of rumors out there like, oh, because of the NVIDIA Shield failed, so NVIDIA just gave it to Nintendo for cheap. That's not true. That's not what happened. They actually approached Nintendo first. So they've been new about that hardware. Did they get a great price on it? I don't know. Who knows? But they're definitely investing heavily in NVIDIA and in the hardware this time around. Am I getting a Steam Deck since you like handheld? No, I'm probably not. You know what? Maybe I'll get a Steam Deck when they go in clearance, because it's going to happen. Everybody, oh, Steam Deck's gonna kill. It's not. Eventually, it's gonna be in the bargain bin, and then I might pick one up, maybe. Who's my main gonna be in the new Mario Strikers? I don't know. I need to play it first. Do I think Retro is working on a new Donkey Kong Country? Nope, I don't. Donations. Who is worse between Phil Harrison, Bernard Stoller, and Phil Spencer? Phil Spencer is. You know what? I don't even know if I know who Bernard Stoller is. Maybe I'm tripping, but Phil Spencer's cool. He's actually a cool guy. Phil Harrison, I'll go with Phil Harrison because it seems like everything that dude touches fails. Do I think Fire Pro will ever come to Switch? Yeah, it's a possibility. No, I'm not talking about the Tegra for the 3DS. I'm talking about the Tegra for the Switch. They brought that to Nintendo back in 2014. I'll buy the Steam Deck to emulate Switch games. That way Nintendo ninjas can knock my front door down. Well, good luck with that one. Phil Harrison fell off after the PS2 days. Didn't nobody even know about Phil Harrison during the PS2 days. Phil Harrison didn't become a thing until PS3, and maybe that's why. Maybe the fame makes him fail, because I forgot he even worked there during the PS2 days. Do I think Nintendo will go back to dual screen gaming? Nope. Yeah, I know, but I wonder if anyone takes Microsoft's comments seriously when they want to bring Call of Duty to Switch. I honestly smell a Black Ops remaster. I smell, yeah, that's possible, and I also smell a Call of Duty 4 remaster. What about when you told Zaire to prepare his body for you? Zaire had a screenshot of that too, and it wasn't from your hacked IGN. I never told him to prepare my body for anybody. I said, "Is your body ready?" That was a Reggie reference. It's a meme. Well, sit your crusty butt down, please. Phil Harrison didn't fall off. He's with Google Stadia now. Oh yeah. Okay. That one's doing real good, isn't it? Oh man. Who the heck is Bernard Stoller? Now I'm tripping now. Who is that? Do I think the transition will be easier for dev teams because the base architecture doesn't change that much and keeping an ARM SoC from NVIDIA? Yeah, I mean, the Switch is already super, super easy to develop for. And these new ARM chips are closer and closer to pretty much the desktop PC. So if you know how to develop for a PC, a desktop PC, you can just port it over to the Switch. Like it's easier to port PC games architecturally wise to the Switch than probably the PlayStation 4. Oh yeah, it does sound like he sucks. Ben Stolar worked at Atari, where he oversaw the crash of '83, 3DO, and Sega during the Sega Saturn days. He sucks. Yeah, sounds like it. Says, sorry if someone already asked you this, but what did I think of the Will Smith slap? Well, you know what? I think Will he overdid it, but at the same time I understand why he did it. But honestly, if he would have just slapped him and sat down and not cursed at him, people probably wouldn't even thought it was real. Because even I thought it was fake at first because it sounded like it was sound effects, but I guess it was just him hitting the mic. But I didn't even realize it was real until the live feed started messing up, and then it went mute. You couldn't hear people's voices. That's usually what happens. They usually do that on purpose when something's going wrong. So I was like, oh, this is real. But if he would have just slapped him and sat down, it might not have been that big of a deal. But I don't know. I guess he was. Honestly, I think Will is depressed and he's just getting tired of people disrespecting him and his family, pretty much. But part of it is, I mean, it's kind of like their fault. They put themselves out there like that. Like, they put themselves out there too much. He said, come to think of it, why did Nintendo give up the PowerPC architecture? They gave it up because they wanted to do the Switch and there was no PowerPC chip that could do that. They had to go with a mobile chip that could do what they needed from it. And luckily for them, that NVIDIA chip was able to run that PowerPC stuff pretty good. That was funny too, because I remember when the NVIDIA chip was first rumored, everybody's like, well, it's not gonna be powerful enough to emulate the PowerPC, and the Wii U might be more powerful than the Switch. Yeah, people actually said that. They actually said that the Switch was gonna have problems running Wii U games. They actually said that. True story. Bang, what's up, man? Don't call me babe, but what's up? You said you mean the Shokyo slap. Oh, man. What do I think about the PlayStation 3 emulation rumors on PS5? Given the context of PlayStation 3 emulation in general, Sony really has no excuse. I hope that they bring real PlayStation 3 support to the PlayStation 5. Because if not, they're just going to remaster a bunch of PlayStation 3 games to sell it to you, probably. And honestly, I wouldn't even mind that. There needs to be, honestly, I told you guys before, they need to put some of these PlayStation 3 remasters or PlayStation 3 games or remaster and put them on the Switch. That's what they need to do. But I guess that's too smart. Why do I feel Nintendo won't do 4K on the Switch? The next Switch will absolutely at least display 4K. It might not have a bunch of 4K native games, but it's definitely going to display 4K, just like the Switch and the Wii U display everything at 1080p, regardless of the native resolution. Oh, and if my voice sounds a little bit different and I sound kind of almost like Black Bond a little bit right now, it's because I got Invisalign now, so probably can't even see it because it's invisible. But yeah, it makes me sound a little more Sylvesterous. So if I sound like Black Bond, you know why. Have that seat. Did he really get Invisalign? Wow. That's funny. So Bond has Invisalign, so you probably really can't understand him now. Oh man. Have I tried to use a Switch emulator? No. Nope. What's up, Rel? No. Oh, speaking of emulators, so I got that At Games Legends Mini at GameStop because they had it only for like $50. It's usually like 120 or 130. And it has like 100 built-in games, which most of them are trash, honestly. But the cool thing is they have this thing on there, program on there called CoinOps, and with CoinOps, you can add like a bunch of games, a bunch of arcade games, and they have like a program on there, or a bunch of builds on there that you could download games. And I added like 1,700 arcade games to it. Thing's a beast. It has 1,700 arcade games from the 80s and the 90s. It pretty much has every 80s and 90s arcade game you can think of that isn't 3D. And I could play it on my TV. It's pretty dope. He said, hello from Hong Kong. 11:10 a.m. here. Dang, it's 11:12 p.m. here. There's some Hong Kong followers. Yeah, that arcade stick is this dope. Do you think it's acceptable that the next Switch games run at least 60 frames per second? You're never going to have all games at 60 frames per second, no matter how powerful the system is, because it's a developer choice. No matter how powerful the systems get, you're always going to have 30 frames per second games because that's a developer choice. They're either going to go for high fidelity or they're going to go for a high frame rate. Yeah. I've been playing a bunch of stuff on that thing. And it's crazy too, because I actually got a bunch of arcade one-ups now in the spare room. And honestly, if it wasn't for me liking how that looks in the room, I'd probably be kind of salty because I could just play all those games on there. But yeah, some of the games, most of the games run good on that At Games Legends Mini, except Mortal Kombat for some reason. Mortal Kombat runs too fast, and there's problems with the sound. But I already have a Mortal Kombat. I got the Midway Legacy arcade one up anyway, so it doesn't matter. But all the other stuff runs fine. I was playing like X-Men on there and Simpsons, but I have a Simpsons one too. Spider-Man arcade, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. I was playing all kinds of stuff on there. Pac-Man, it's crazy. He said Black Bond would make videos like he won, even though he made no sense. Dude never lost an argument. Well, yeah, in his brain, yeah, he didn't. Do I think someone will eventually buy Sega? You know what? Probably not. For as long as they've been rumored to be sold, maybe not. Maybe not, because I mean, there's been rumors that people was trying to buy them for like the last 3 generations already. It's like, dang. Do I think they will use DLSS to a certain extent on the next system, or they will use FSR? Instead, they will use both. Hello from Germany. 5:14 in the morning over here. Goodness, what? That's crazy. Honestly, I be forgetting that I have people on here that follow me from different countries. Like I be forgetting that. Like I legit. So I'm sorry, because a lot of my references be like American references, and you guys probably like, what the heck is he talking about? Shoot, not even just American references. Sometimes I'd be like specifically like California references, and you guys be like, what the heck is he talking about? So sorry for that. He said technically Sega is worth more than Nintendo. I'm not too sure about that one. How do I feel about the chip shortages affecting this console generation? Um, Honestly, I think it's actually kind of benefited Sony and actually especially Microsoft, because when have Xboxes sold out? Never, right? Like the last time Xboxes sold out was like during the 360, and that was just because it was the only new system out. So um thanks for these donations. The only reason the Series X um or any of these Xboxes are even selling out is because of a chip shortage. So they probably like the chip shortage, honestly, because they wouldn't be selling out otherwise. PlayStation would probably no, actually, PlayStation. I don't know. Some of this stuff is selling out just because a lot of people were home. Well, before last year, everything was selling out. You couldn't even find a regular Switch for a while. It was crazy. It was buying everything, PS3s, everything. You couldn't find any system during the pandemic. It was crazy. Oh yeah, I definitely know I got fans in the UK. That's for sure. What's the better series to you, Advance Wars or Battalion Wars? I can't wait for the Advance Wars remix. You know what? I'm not even going to pretend that I even play those games, so I'm not going to give an answer. I've never owned either one of those. When you make great content over the years, people will always stay. Oh, thank you. I need to make some more content, though. I guess obviously. Do I still have my Series S? Yes. Is it still unopened? Yes. Hello from the ATL, waiting on Call of Duty on the Switch. Yeah, me too. I think it's coming though. Like Microsoft, people think, oh man, they don't want to put a Call of Duty on the Switch. Yes, they do. They want that money, just like they wanted that Cuphead money, just like they wanted that Ori and the Blind Forest money. Microsoft is about the money. They're about the software money. And you know why? It's because their division don't make money. Their hardware division is always in the red. Always. So any chance they can get to make some actual money for their division, they're gonna take it. Especially with Nintendo, because they don't, for whatever reason, and it's because of power, horsepower. They don't see Nintendo as their direct competitor. They see Sony as their direct competitor, so they don't care. Oh, Spiral is definitely coming. With Spiral 4 would definitely be on the Switch. So you don't have to worry about those games. Said Microsoft makes money from their software and subscription service. Um, they make money from their software, their subscription service, Game Pass. Actually, apparently, Game Pass is not really making them money yet. They're kind of taking a hit. Heck yeah, they was in the red with the Xbox One. They've been in the red every Every console they've come out with, they've been in the red. They've never been in the black as far as the hardware. They could have been um they could have been in the black with the Xbox um with the 360 had it not been for the red ring of death. But that was their own fault. What's up, Mount Bear? It said semen of thieves. I've been streaming for an hour. The heck? What's going on? Oh no. Okay. The doctor still hasn't even eaten dinner yet. Are we ever going to see Donkey Kong 64 coming to Nintendo Switch Online? Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't. There's no reason for it not to. Pretty soon, they're going to have like almost everything on there. Well, almost everything for the systems that they have on there already. So I'll keep it gaming, but have to know that I hear about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial? Bits and pieces. You might have answered this, but the Prime remasters that Retro is working on, is it all of them or just the first Prime game? Okay. Apparently, right now, at least, it's just the first game. But work may have already been done on the sequels, but they decided to pretty much remake the first game. Apparently. But I think that's true. And actually I prefer that. Because I'd rather get a complete remake of the first game and then get just regular remasters of the other two later on than just get the straight up remaster only of the first three, but higher resolution. Like we already got remaster. I mean, we already have the trilogy. I'll take a remake. Will the new Switch have something new, a camera or something? I think the new Switch will definitely have some kind of gimmick. Could be something that was hinted at in the beginning of the Switch, like VR or something. It's gonna have something, but I wouldn't expect it to be some drastic departure from the regular Switch because the Switch is just they hit a home run with the Switch. So honestly, all they have to do is just make a more powerful Switch, really. But knowing Nintendo, they'll probably have something else up their sleeve. But I wouldn't expect it to be the main focus of the system. Do you have any idea what Retro was doing between the 5 year gap between Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and they're taking a Metroid Prime development? Was it issues with management or Nintendo? Well, honestly, I think that Retro was working on Metroid Prime Remaster, all while also pitching ideas or working on prototypes for Metroid Prime 4. Because I think maybe they heard that the Bandai Namco version of Prime 4 wasn't going too well. Or maybe they just had ideas just in case. And I think that's what happened. Where they probably was like, oh, well, we have a few ideas. And they probably showed some really impressive looking thing. And Nintendo was like, oh, okay. And then just switch back to retro. But you never know with these studios. A lot of these studios they'll be working on, like, because I know they were working on um, some things for Wii U that were canceled. So who knows? They weren't just sitting there twiddling their thumbs. That's for sure. I remember when people were trying to say that Nintendo was going to close retro, which was ridiculous. They're not going to close like retro is like outside of EAD, which isn't even called EAD anymore. Like that's their best studio. That's their second best studio. They're not going to close their. That was silly. Oh, I just put him. I hit his post because he was just trying to troll. I don't have time for that right now. I'm a grown man, dog. I don't have time for that. 40 years old now. I ain't got time for that. That's it. Do I think I'll get Mortal Kombat Trilogy on Nintendo Switch Online? No. I think we'll get Mortal Kombat Remaster for on their cart, like for to buy regular, and that'll hopefully be announced this year for the 30th anniversary. And I will buy it because I'm a sucker and I love Mortal Kombat. Even though I have a Mortal Kombat arcade one up, I'll still buy it if they put it on the Switch. Any chance of a Samus Returns port, like how they did Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for 3DS to Nintendo Switch? Yeah, actually, I do think there's a big chance of that. And that actually could be that could be what Namco is porting. That could be that remaster. That's a potential candidate right there. Since you seem to like fighting games, do you rock with Smash Brothers? Yes, but not as much as other fighting games. But I do like Smash. What have you been playing, Doctor? Been playing Final Fantasy. What is that? I can't read Roman numerals today. For like almost 10 years straight since I'm not finding much interest in anything recently. Damn. To be honest with you, I haven't I I mean I've been playing at games, but not as much as I should have. And I bought a bunch of those arcade one-ups and I've been playing those but I haven't been playing hardly any games online at all. And after, I mean, you guys know, I got my house got broken into, so I had to replace like a bunch of games. Honestly, there's so many. I got so many games that's sitting there like sealed that I don't know which one to start first. Like I have a bunch of them. Yeah, I need to actually. I'm surprised, freaking kicking myself. I'm surprised I still haven't even tried the new courses in Mario Kart yet. Tripping. But it seems like every time I'm about to do it, I find something else in it I need to do first. So But I'm getting back into playing my games more and also into trying to make more videos. So if you guys just keep bugging me about making more videos and I'll make some. Do I think Batman Arkham series is still coming to the Switch after the rumored leak? Yes. Will Star Wars Rogue Leader and Rebel Strike be remastered on the Switch? I don't know, but I wish they were. Those are the ones that I want. But I think actually Factor 5 technically came back or something, so it's possible. I think I actually tweeted them about that too. I would love those games to be remastered on the Switch. Honestly, there's no real reason for them not to be, but it seems like they're porting every Star Wars game they can think of to the Switch besides the ones people want. What arcade one-ups do I have? Well, I have the Marvel vs. Capcom, the Mortal Kombat Midway Legacy, the Capcom Legacy, Simpsons, Ninja Turtles, NBA Jam, and I have the Neo Geo, the MVS-X. But the only reason I got like most of those is because I had credits for my like insurance for my stolen stuff. So I got like $300 back on each of those. Besides, well, the Simpsons and Ninja Turtles, I paid out of pocket for those because I wanted those. Because honestly, once you buyer beware, once you buy one of those, you want to like, and you have room for them, you kind of like want to fill up a room with them. So those ones, they're like Lay's potato chips or whatever. You can't just buy one. So beware on that. Will Grand Theft Auto 5 ever come to the Switch? We know it can be done. I think Grand Theft Auto 5 could have come to the Switch a long time ago. It's just due to the file size thing. I don't know if they think that they can't bring Grand Theft Auto Online to the Switch. So that's what they're worried about. Well, honestly, they should have just brought just the regular single player to the Switch. Like, not everyone plays Grand Theft Auto 5 online, but that's probably very important to them because they make a ton of money off of it. Do I think EA will ever port the Mass Effect trilogy to the Switch? Yes. I wonder if Nintendo feels any pressure from Meta's Oculus. I don't think they feel any pressure at all. What's the better value? Nintendo Switch Online with 64 games or Sony's new PlayStation Plus? That all depends on the games that you want. PlayStation Plus one has new games, and Nintendo Switch Online is a bunch of old games. So your value may vary. What's so great about the? This sounds like some blasphemy I'm reading. What's so great about the Ninja Turtle games? They're before my time, so I don't know anything about them. Oh, I thought you was talking mess about the Turtles. Well, young Link, Turtle games were dope, man. Just some of the best beat 'em ups of all time. Great music, like even going back to the NES, even the NES games, even like the NES version of the arcade game has incredible music. They're just super fun. Most of the games that are going to come out in that collection are from the 80s and 90s. Most of them are all good, probably except for the Genesis version of Tournament Fighters, which is just okay. The Super Nintendo version is pretty much Ninja Turtle Street Fighter 2. But these games are dope. You should definitely pick them up. Hey, Doc Trey, what do you think of the reports that Breath of the Wild 2 will be too much for the Switch? Sorry if you already talked about it. No, we haven't talked about that yet. Too much for the Switch? I mean, if you think Breath of the Wild 1 was too much for the Wii U because it didn't run that well as a Switch, I guess that's a similar thing. But there's no way that Breath of the Wild 2 isn't coming to the regular Switch, if that's what you're thinking. Will it perform well? I think it'll perform good enough, but it definitely isn't going to perform as good as potentially the next Switch would have it. And I don't necessarily think that the footage that they showed is from the next Switch either, but who knows? You guys got to remember, this Switch is designed with this Switch. This Zelda game is designed with the Switch hardware in mind. Breath of the Wild was designed around the Wii U and then later delayed to have a port for the Switch, which by Nintendo's own admission was not optimized for the Switch. They did little optimizations later on, but this game wasn't designed for the Switch. It was designed for the Wii U. So probably the reason it looks so good is because this game was actually a Switch game, a real Switch game, and not just an enhanced Wii port. How likely is a Switch port of the Dead Space reboot? I'll have to answer that probably when I see what it looks like, see how good it looks. But I will say this, that developer has Switch kits, and they were looking for Switch experience. So don't 100% rule Dead Space on Switch out. I'm excited about the Ninja Turtles collection because I watched the Ninja Turtles cartoon as a kid, but I didn't hear about their games until you didn't hear about Ninja Turtle games until the PS2 and GameCube era? You poor man. Those games were trash. He said, a live stream? Is this real? Yeah, I guess it is. And it's almost done too, because dang, I don't want to be here all night. Think about picking up the new Lego Star Wars and Triangle Strategy. Have you played those games? You know what? I haven't, but I was looking at some videos and reviews of this Lego Star Wars, and I think this could be the first one that I buy. Like, the gameplay actually looks fun. That's the one thing that always kept me from buying these Lego games. They looked boring to me. The gameplay looked so boring. And this actually looks good. So I might actually pick it up. But I'm not going to pick it up at launch. I'm definitely going to wait for a sale on that. But I'll probably pick it up. It'll probably be $20, $30 when I pick it up, but I'll probably pick it up. Do I think that the Zelda team has good ideas for their games after Breath of the Wild 2, which weren't possible on current hardware? I'm currently replaying Breath of the Wild. After a 4-year gap, the scope still seems huge. I think that not necessarily it will be things that weren't possible, but I hope that while everyone says, Breath of the Wild, and this might be kind of controversial. No, this ain't no controversial opinion. Everyone says that Breath of the Wild is like pretty much a perfect game. It's an incredible game, but it's not a perfect Zelda game. And the reason why it's not a perfect Zelda game is because in order for it to be a perfect Zelda game, it has to have real dungeons. That is the only thing. That's my only issue with Breath of the Wild. That game is perfect besides the fact that it doesn't really have themed dungeons. I want real dungeons, real themed dungeons in Breath of the Wild 2. That's what I want. They have that, game's going to be perfect. They had a couple wannabe kind of dungeons in Breath of the Wild, but I want real dungeons. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Michael Parker, he says, salute to the doctor. Please do more lives. Give the people what they want. I know you guys wanted this. So I guess I will. Any chance the Switch tops the PS2 sales at the end of its lifespan? Wait, how much did the PlayStation 2 sell? No, I forgot. But yeah, I think it could. Are we going to see Zelda playable in Breath of the Wild 2? You know what? Probably, honestly. Before you wrap this up, can you tell us, without getting anyone in trouble, what have you heard thus far about what's to come for Nintendo Switch 2 or games? Honestly, I haven't heard much at all because I haven't really been in that loop right now. So, not that much. I usually, honestly, most things I'll usually hear right before they're going to get announced. Or, yeah, honestly. Or right before someone thinks they're going to get announced, and then they might get canceled or it might get delayed, and then I have to have that circulating in my brain for a year or two sometimes. But usually when I find out about stuff really, really early on, I'll say something about it or I'll hint about it. But right now, I haven't really been in the loop. The fans need a Geist remake. Do we? Xbox and PlayStation exclusives are on PC. They aren't exclusive. I don't know. I guess, yeah. If you, I mean, after the game's been out for like 3 years, like, does it really even matter anymore? Like, I mean, it was exclusive. Like, I don't care. Dr. Trey is the Indiana Jones of LinkedIn. What are my thoughts on emulation? Um, Honestly, I didn't really care about emulation. I wasn't a fan of it until I bought that At Games Legends Mini, and now I'm playing all them arcade games on it. But it's only arcade games though. Like I could put like console games on it, but I wouldn't do. I'd rather play console games on the actual console. But like those arcade games where I can't just go out and buy them anyway, I have no problem emulating those. Especially too, because even the ones that you can be purchased, most of them I even own. Like I own them. I do own them. So I don't know. Emulation kind of saved me from. I mean, I would have never bought that X-Men arcade anyway, but I'm playing it on that Legends. Don't tell nobody. How do I feel about Japanese game development versus American game development? Well, it used to be like a huge distinction between the two. And now, since the Western games have gotten so much more popular, now it's like a lot of the Japanese developers are just trying to make their games like the Western developers now. So sometimes it's like hard to even tell the difference unless it's like an RPG. Unless it's like an RPG or it's like a beat 'em up, it's kind of like hard to tell the difference now because they're like pretty much doing imitations of each other, even using the same development engines. Like all of the Japanese games Japanese developers they used to use proprietary engines. Not doing that anymore. Now they're all using Unreal Engine 4. Yeah, they are. It's all westernized. But hey, Steam Deck Switch emulation. Okay. Really wish the Switch got the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remix. Well, never say never. Maybe not on this Switch. What do I plan to do with the channel? What do you mean? Like, am I going to sell it on eBay or something? Like, what do you mean? Everything must go. Things are good. Do I have any info on the Legend of Zelda 2 bring on the new Switch? It more than likely will absolutely be on the Switch. A new Switch, especially if it comes out next year. I think it's coming out next year. That's my thoughts. I don't have any insider information on that. It's just what I feel. Do I really think a new Switch system will come out this year? No, it won't come out this year. I think it'll come out next year. Might get announced this year, like the end of the year, like kind of like how the Switch was announced. What was the Switch announced in? Was that September or October? And then it released in March. They might repeat that. Or they might announce it at the Game Awards. Why 2013 and why not 2014? Or why 2023 and not 2024? Or why 2024? Like that's a long time. Does 2024 just sound nicer or something? I don't get it. Roman Reigns versus The Rock at next WrestleMania? Probably. I thought it was gonna be they were hinting at it being this year's WrestleMania last year. At the little podcast thing that they had right after WrestleMania, they were hinting at it. Or actually, Ice Cube's son was talking about that, so it's probably going to happen. NX was announced way back in 2014 or 2015. No, it wasn't. Mortal Kombat. Mario Kart 8 DLC ends at the end of 2023. Okay, that doesn't mean that a Switch can't come out in 2023. A new Switch. Do I see Nintendo buying back Rareware at some point in the future? No, for what? They don't even make good games anymore. What the? No, I don't see them rebuying them at all. Almost all their games have been garbage since they got sold. Why would they buy them back? Part of that was a big part of that was Microsoft's fault, though. Like a lot of Rare employees were pitching games, and Microsoft was like, "No, no, no, no. Oh, that's cool. Nope." He said, "Should they buy Rare?" That's funny. Just so you know, I'm happy you're back because you're my favorite Nintendo YouTuber because I found that stuff months in advance. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I ain't been on my LinkedIn prowl lately. Says, sorry, Trey, just looked it up. Iwata announced the NX at a shareholder meeting March of 2015. It was unveiled as Switch in 2016. Did they really? Oh, you know what? You're right. You're right. They did. They did announce it. I was thinking that you mean they announced that they were coming out with a new system. I thought you meant like the actual. Never mind. I had that seat. All the talent that made GoldenEye and Perfect Dark went and started Free Radical and made Time Splitters. Yeah, that's true. Well, they went to Free Radical and they went all over the place. But a lot of them went to Free Radical. You know what else bugged me about Time Splitters? I liked the games, they were fun. But why in the heck were they so ugly? Like they look terrible. Time Splitters 2 is fun as hell, but the graphics were terrible. Like, why were they so bad? Can someone explain it to me? Why were the graphics in Time Splitters so terrible? Yeah, I'm gonna be leaving soon. I need to eat. I actually been working out now. The doctor works out now, and I get really hungry. But I'm not eating. I used to be like doctor junk food, but now I'm actually eating like healthy. It's crazy. I used to be eating burgers every other day. I used to eat pizza at least once a week. Now I joined the gym. I go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. I eat a hamburger maybe once every 2 weeks, pizza maybe once a month. I don't drink soda anymore, really. It's crazy. Was it hard to stop? Yeah, kind of was, but not honestly, not as much as I thought. I thought I wouldn't be able to do it at all, but it's actually not that bad. Um, I eat a lot of Subway, a lot of chicken sandwiches, a lot of salad, stuff like that. Protein shakes, peanuts, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't eat chips. I don't eat chips at all. But you know what? If you wanna slim down, you know what you could just by eliminating like soda and like the sugary drinks and just drink water, you'll lose a lot just by that. Not even working out, just drinking water and or drinking tea. Dude, I started drinking tea that didn't even have sugar in it. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I seen some games and I lost a lot of weight. I really like I slimmed down. Like I lost since I changed my diet, I lost at least about 20 pounds, 25 pounds probably. And I started going to the gym about probably like a month and a half, 2 months ago. And I've been going like 4 to 5 times a week ever since, or at least an hour and a half. Yep. The doctor's getting stronger. No, you could do it. Look, you say you can't stop drinking soda and all that stuff. You can do it. If I could do it, you could do it because I was the junk food king. I ate out all the time. Like I rarely cooked anything. I was eating burgers, fries, pizza, soda all the time. So if I could do it, you could do it. Jay Lethal. Oh man. Nah, you know what too? And I cut that stuff out because I'm trying to. It's damn near impossible. I'm trying to get a 6-pack, and I'm like, I'm getting close. Nah, I'm not skipping leg day. I did like some legs um, earlier today, actually. I was at the gym. Nah, yeah, definitely. I should show like some like before and after pictures because it's bigger when you see the before and after. I was like looking at some old pictures. I was like, because I was getting that belly. I was like, I was never big, but I was getting what I call a Samuel Jackson syndrome, where you skinny with the belly. Not good look. And my face looks slimmer too. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but yeah, working out. I'm getting like kind of addicted to working out. Actually, I'm becoming like Player Essence or something. No, I don't work out as much as him. Yeah, but it's crazy. Like I don't even like crave pizza like that. Like I used to have pizza, and now part of it too is because I've been working. I work out, been working out. So all I think about is, man, how many more crunches or how many more lifts do I got to do to burn this pizza off, and is it worth it? So sometime I'll be about to get a pizza or something, and then I'll be like, man, do I feel like working all this off? And I'll change my mind. I'll get like a chicken sandwich or something. You said a brief recap of what I talked about in an extent. You want a brief recap of an hour and a half? Thinking about joining any podcast because you have a lot of opinions I agree with. Um, I don't know if I'd join a podcast. Any thought on where Nintendo Switch Online is going? I'm hoping they add GameCube games to the Plus subscription. I don't know. Maybe. We shall see. Yeah, go back and rewatch because I don't even remember half the stuff I said. Sorry. I think it's gonna just it should just upload. Best movie game. I think Star Wars Revenge of the Sith game is on my top list. Best movie game? I don't know. I would have said Terminator 2, the arcade game back in the day, until I went back and played it. It's not that good. Dr. Trey on Joe Rogan, the topic of seats. What do I think about the new TVs this year? Honestly, I ain't even been looking at them, really. Um, just looking at the TVs last year just to make sure I didn't rip myself off, and they weren't really a big difference. Some of them were actually downgrades from last year's models, and I'm assuming this year is probably more of the same because of the chip shortage. Um, Honestly, I kind of stopped looking too much at the TV stuff because the more you look, the more you want to rebuy. And I'm not buying a new TV anytime soon. I'm completely happy with the one I got. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make more videos. Um, definitely, and I'll try to do a stream every now and then. What other consoles do I have? Well, I had a bunch before they got stolen, but now I have. I rebought a Wii U. I have a Nintendo Switch. I have a Switch Lite. I have a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and an Xbox Series S that I haven't opened. And then I have well, they're not consoles, but I have like a few of those like arcade one-ups. And that's it. But I used to have NES, Sega Genesis, N64, GameCube, Wii, PlayStation 3. Yeah, I found out who did it. I saw him at a McDonald's and I beat the brakes off him. No, I didn't find out who did it. It's all good. I had insurance, stuff. I got taken care of. We need the best Nintendo YouTuber to come back since Red Knight and Shokyo don't make videos anymore. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna try to make more videos. Just keep like bugging me on Twitter and stuff about them. I'll do it. Said, to be honest, I call myself a PlayStation fan, but I couldn't find a PlayStation 5 console yet. I'm ashamed. Not your fault, man. They made this stuff really hard to find. Like, really hard to find. Like, I'm surprised I was able to get one like day one. From where did I get it from? Walmart.com. What's up, Zero? Of course, you come right when I'm about to leave. Yeah, it's really hard. Actually, I saw since I've gotten mine, I could have been able to get a few of them from Best Buy over like the last year or so. So you might want to check Best Buy. They get them. They get them. They go real fast, but they get them a lot. Oh my gosh, 9 o'clock. Well, Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks? Winchell's. Nah, I don't even go. I don't think I've ever even gone in a Dunkin' Donuts. And I don't go to Starbucks because I don't really drink coffee like that. So neither, I guess. Honestly, the only reason I got the S is because I pretty much got reimbursed for the exact price of the S, and I didn't want to pay any extra for. No, I'm lying. I was gonna get a Series X, and just pay the difference, but I couldn't find one in stock in time. I ran out of time. But I'm actually kind of glad because I didn't even open the S, so the X probably wouldn't even been open either. But I would rather have had the console that actually used disc. Fire donuts. Nah, man, that Winchell's the best donut is the apple fritter. That's the best donut of all time. You know why it's the best donut? You know how they know it's the best donut? Because it costs like twice as much as all the other donuts. Because it's the best. The definitive version of all your favorite donuts. It's the apple fritter. Have I been married? No, I have not. Well, guys, I actually stayed here way longer than I thought I was going to, but I'll do this again soon. Um, I gotta get something to eat, but I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Really enjoy answering you guys' questions. Am I full time on YouTube? No. I'd be broke as hell if I was full time on YouTube making one video every week, or every 3 weeks. Oh my gosh, I'd be really broke. Oh wow. Um. Okay, I'm about to leave after this. But he says, "Have I been to E3 or any major gaming event?" I have not been to E3, but I have been to um what was that called? There was a gaming event called E for All long time ago, and it was a event where people got to play Smash Brothers Brawl and Metal Gear Online for the first time. I went to that. I got to play. Was one of the first people. So it was one of the first people in the world that got to play Super Smash Brothers Brawl. So that was pretty cool. And then also I was at. I went to the Game Awards before. That's where, like you could see from my intro, where I'm being interviewed. Just those two. No E3. Um, I wanted to go to E3. Actually, the E3 I wanted to go to, I'm kind of glad I didn't get to. That's the one where everybody got their information hacked. So I'm actually glad I didn't go to that one, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for continuing to support me over the years. It's been a long time, but I'm gonna try to do my best to hit you guys with some more content. You guys take care and God bless. I'll talk to you guys later.